DJ Sammy there, Heaven here on Gay One Radio Malta. Well, the weather is looking absolutely boiling. I'm not kidding you. I've been talking to a few of you, and all of you seem to be just melting away at 40 degrees. I remember being there a couple of years back, I'm not kidding you, and I was with my mother and father at the time, and, well, all the electricity went off, Jason. Everything went off. All electricity. Everything, no, all electricity went off completely. My mother said, I'm not going out. It's like Beirut. She said, I'm not going out there. It frightens me to death. It was absolutely pitch black because the weather got so bad, the electricity went off. All the air conditioning, everything, the whole lot. It was mental. Completely mental. And this moment, I can't believe the weather is going up to nearly 43 degrees today. So,
well, it's certainly not like that in India. It's miserable in London, so you're making us so jealous thinking about when we come to Malta. I can't wait. Can you, Kelly?
Not at all.
Kelly's not a stranger, are you, Kelly, to the island no more? You're not a stranger now. You're part of the local. You're the local, aren't you? You're a local already.
I'm doing a little bit of a disruption in the studio here. We'll just wait till it calms down. I think there's some sort of a wild party going on behind us, but we don't want anyone in Malta to be jealous of our wild party. We just wait for them to be quiet as they fall into the sink. No, it's all exciting over here, Keza. It's all exciting. And we want to see you as soon as we possibly can, and everybody in Malta. Again, I can't wait to go back. I had the best time I've ever had in a country. It really made me feel so welcome. And Jason, I know he's so excited to come over there now that he's been doing the show and getting involved, hasn't he, Jason?
Yeah, I can't wait to come over, especially when you say that it's 42 degrees, which is so much better than sitting here in London. I think the winter come like literally, one day it was summer and the next day it was winter over. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, it's quite not bad here this moment. Well, it's not bad here this moment. It's quite good weather here this moment. It's not bad at all. We've had about 18 degrees up here in Yorkshire and Leeds. 18 degrees. It's been quite warm.
Oh, what we do, it's always like the Australian summer. Very funny. No, it's so wonderful that we were able to link most of the world just through our communication centre for the radio station.
Yeah, because as soon as there's a gay radio station now, people tune in all around the world. Because last week, who was listening over in China last week? We had our listeners, didn't we, Ken?
We had China last week, and this week we've got, I'm just going to have a look now to our listeners to tell us who we've got listening in today. We've got people listening. I'm going to go to statistics now and have a look. We have got listeners all the way from today. We've got from the United States, we've got Sweden, we've got Mexico, and we've got Germany, we've got France, we've got Canada, and we've even got Glaswegian as well, a wee Glasgow up there as well. We've got Malta as well, Birmingham.
And Alan J, is it? It's not Alan J, is it?
Well, we've got about you, pretty Alan J. Alan J because we've got 1%. Yeah, it must be Alan J because it's a 1%. Yes, because it's 1%, it must be Alan J. And then we've got China, we've got Ni Hao for China, we've got Canada, or Canadians, that's not bad. Sweden.
Ni Hao Ma.
Ni Hao now.
Yeah,
and then we've
what
also...
I need from China.
And then we've also got Malta, Yenna. Yes, but Malta...
And Australia.
And we have Australia, yeah, we have got Australia actually on here as well. So I've got to say a big shout out to Joy Radio as well, our sister radio station as well. So a big hello to them and the team for all their support because they've been absolutely fantastic. Well, Kelly...
So you've got lots of countries listening with Sally.
It's good, isn't it? Because it's broadcasting, it's encouraging people to see the island of Malta. And that's what it was all about, wasn't it, McKelly? Because we wanted people to see what a wonderful island we've got in Malta. I mean, Kelly experienced it when she was over there with you, and she really was amazed, guys. You really made her welcome. And I think they will make Jason completely welcome as well. I think they will, Kelly. I think they make him really feel welcome.
They'll make Jason so welcome because they'll get to feel that as Jason does the show with you and, you know, as your guest and everything or co-host, you know, people are going to get to know him. And they're going to love him as much as I do. So I think that's very important. So when we do come over, they'll also feel like they know both of us very, very well. We'll feel like we're family of the Maltese gay community. And that is what it's all about. family.
And
Days gone by, we were all a family unit. We watched each other's backs. These days people are watching out more for themselves. But I think if we can keep the family unit together, we in friendship and love, we're doing well.
I felt amazing, actually, that we was lucky enough to be broadcasting together the night that same-sex marriages was made legal. And we was speaking to each other in the day, weren't we, Kez? And we didn't know whether it was going to go through or not. It was really touch and go, wasn't it? Obviously,
it was brilliant.
Malta being a Catholic country, and with strong influences from the church, and there was a lot of protests against the bill going through. And the whole day, Keza and me were in touch with each other, and he was saying, this show this evening could go either way. Either way, we're still going to go ahead and broadcast at 7 o'clock live, but they will be passing the bill or not passing the bill just before, and literally just before we went on air, they passed the bill to say that the gay marriage had been legalised.
Amazing. It was amazing when it was absolutely amazing, because it was a social media where you didn't know if it was going to go ahead or not. And we sat there, got a live Facebook going on live feed, and was waiting for the go-ahead from the government, and all of a sudden it happened, didn't it? And our listeners just went absolutely mental.
Listeners went absolutely crazy. I felt like that night I felt like we was a little bit part of history with the LGBTQ community. And
what's the mood like now in Malta? Now that we're like a week or so down the line, what's the mood like in Malta? Is people celebrating it? Are they still celebrating? Are they still taking it on board that, hey, we've been together so many years with my lover, I can now ask them to get married?
They're
I
happy.
do a lot of gay weddings and marriages in the UK. So that would be nice to be invited to do some gay weddings over there as well.
They're all right, isn't it? I mean, Jason was discussing it actually the other week. When it came through the past, weren't they? We looked at some of the live Facebooks, and the people demonstrating against gay marriage and fostering, adopting in Malta. They were praying outside, weren't they, government building? And some of the people are very good with this moment, Kelly, but there is still a lot of stigma in Malta.
It is a very strong Catholic country, isn't it? And I think that anywhere where there is a strong Catholic church is always going to have a certain element of the community that are very anti LGBTQ issues, and certainly against marriage and obviously off the back of that fostering. And but I'm very proud of the LGBTQ community and that Malta's still pushing this through. And to I think that even the people at the top of that fight, from what we could see in the daytime that the law was passed, I think even the people at the top of that fight were still not sure whether it was going to be actually passed or not. In fact, I think a lot of people had a lot of doubt in their mind, especially with the protesters and the big stuff that some members of the or followers of the Catholic Church really put a big, tried to put a big stop in the way. But it was great that the Prime Minister and Parliament really stood for what's right in this modern society, of course, and actually, backed the bill. And it's just amazing that this has happened. And I think as well, that's maybe why we haven't had a marriage quite yet, because I think there is there must be still a little bit of feeling of tension amongst the LGBTQ community with people to take that first plunge, but actually their families and what they think, because even if the law has been passed, just because a law has been passed doesn't mean that people's families and their loved ones, they don't necessarily their attitudes may not have changed yet.
And time is a healer.
Time is a healer, and I think that even though this law has passed, I think that for two people of the same sex in Malta, with the strong church over the community there, and I'm sure that a lot of the LGBTQ community are still, devout Catholics themselves, I'm sure, and I'm sure that some of them have family members that maybe wouldn't be too best pleased that their son or daughter would be heading into a same-sex marriage. Not yet, but the fact that the law has changed and that the Prime Minister and the government has actually given us the going,
there's options.
I think it's actually so fantastic, and I think that it won't be long. I think once the first couple take a plunge, and I think then there's going to be a whole
avalanche.
Maybe people are already discussing it, but maybe they're slightly worried in case there's protesters or a backlash.
Don't forget, Jason, they've also got to find someone who can perform the ceremony.
It
was
yeah.
very difficult in the UK.
That's right.
Someone who could perform the ceremony,
who would
come out from behind the cloth,
yes,
and say, "I'm going to perform this ceremony for this couple." And it has taken a couple of years for people to step out past that barrier and say, "This is as a religious leader, I'm going to marry that couple."
Because, of course, before we had gay marriage here, we did have civil partnership, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Which
did.
was eased into gay marriage. And I think that people, by the time gay marriage came in as an actual, what we would call a marriage, the same as what it is in the heterosexual community, I think that we'd already had several years of people being civil partners. And I think that, I don't think did Malta have that for a while?
Yeah, Malta did for a while. They did really well. They've had civil partnerships.
Did not have a civil partnership in Malta?
Yeah, that was no problem. Civil partnership was there quite a while, did very well. Civil partnership, a lot of people, I mean, the weddings are absolutely, in the civil partnership they've had, are absolutely